Hey everyone, welcome to week 5. So I just wanted to take a little bit of time to explain what's in store for this week. First of all, you have to take the week 5 attendance quiz in order to access the lessons and assignments for this week. And of course, the questions on that quiz will come from the material covered in week 4. So if you are behind, you're going to want to catch up, not only so that you can take the attendance quiz, but because week 5 is a very important week. You have a big graded item due this week, so you don't want to fall too far behind on that either. Once you take the attendance quiz, the first thing you'll see is a brief review of week 4, and then you're going to see the first lesson of week 5, which is rhetorical patterns. This is not a very long or complicated lesson. It's really just to explain how, just like with movies and music and literature, we have different genres, right? And each genre comes with certain expectations. Like if you're going to see a romantic comedy, you have certain expectations in mind. If you're going to see a psychological thriller, different expectations. If you're going to see a sci-fi movie, different expectations, right? So for each category, our expectations of what we think we're going to see or hear changes. The same is true for styles of writing in an academic setting. So that lesson on rhetorical patterns just kind of goes through some of the more common categories of writing and what the expectations are for each category. Okay? The reason that's important is because then the next lesson for this week is exemplification and evaluation. And that is one type of rhetorical pattern that comes with very specific expectations. And that is what you will be writing this week. You will be writing a paragraph in that style. So you really want to go through that lesson on exemplification and evaluation because it explains what type of writing you're going to be doing this week and the expectations that come along with it, all of the required elements. Okay? Again, super important lesson. There's also sample paragraphs in that lesson on exemplification and evaluation. There's a few different types of evaluation paragraphs that previous students have written that were really good. And so I've included them in the lesson so that you can see what is expected of you and not just read the rules. You actually have examples to look at. So please be sure to go through that lesson. The homework for this week says to review Chapter 9. It goes along with that lesson on exemplification and evaluation. I would say pay more attention to the actual lesson than Chapter 9. Chapter 9 is kind of a very general explanation, whereas my PowerPoint and my video lesson get into much more specifics in terms of what you will be required to actually write this week, right? But the review of Chapter 9 can help in terms of organizing the paragraph and making sure that you have enough support, that sort of thing. All right, then we have Journal 5. Make sure that you watch the video in the instructions so that you know exactly what's expected of you to complete that journal. Try to have that in by Sunday night. And then you have Writing Assignment 1, Evaluation Paragraph. Please be sure to watch the video in those instructions. This can be a tricky paragraph for some students. It's not something that you're used to writing in a formal way, this type of writing. The concept of it, though, is very common, something we do on a daily basis, but it's kind of translating that very informal style of thinking into a formal style of writing that can be tricky. So please be sure to have gone through the lesson on exemplification and evaluation, and please be sure to watch the video in the instructions for Writing Assignment 1, Evaluation Paragraph. This is your first big writing assignment for the term. And remember, next week you'll have Writing Assignment 2, the Compare-Contrast paragraph. Both of those together are worth 40% of your grade. This is a big deal. It's only one paragraph that you're writing this week, one single paragraph, but it's worth a lot. So you really want to make sure that you understand exactly what's being asked of you. That's why it's important to go through the lesson and to watch the instruction video, okay? There is no discussion for this week, okay? I want you to, we're going to do the journal because the journal is still giving you some topic possibilities for next week's writing assignment. So I still have that journal this week, but no discussion because I really want your focus to be on going through the lessons this week and doing as well as you can on writing assignment 1 evaluation paragraph. You will be given a chance to revise that paragraph if you aren't happy with your score the first time around. But obviously, the better you do on it the first time, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to go back and revise it if you don't want to. So I want you to focus on the evaluation paragraph this week. If you have any questions or run into any problems, please reach out. Otherwise, you're free to go ahead and get started on the week.